What's good, YouTube? Hero J here, and today I am back for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a spoiler review for Jumanji: The Next Level. And yes, as you can see, I have my Christmas tree up. Yeah, I have my Christmas tree up. Yesterday I put it up. Well, my grandmother and I put it up, and we should be at 29. I should be at 29 subscribers right now. 29, 30 subscribers. If I am at 30 subscribers, I will be making a 30 subscriber special. I don't know for what video I'm gonna do it for, but we'll see. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get into the video where let's review Jumanji: The Next Level. So basically, this story, honestly, the movie kind of has like the same premise as the first movie did. Well, the second movie. This is the third movie in the Jumanji series, but as it is the sequel to Welcome to the Jungle, but it kind of has the same premise, like the same story. The heroes come in, they have to save Jumanji by getting a jewel that was stolen by someone, and to save the game, they have to get back the jewel and call out Jumanji's name. But as we know, at the end of Welcome to the Jungle, the game was destroyed. But Spencer Gilpin, who was playing Smolder Bravestone in Welcome to the Jungle, he basically he brought back the game. He tried to fix it, and he wanted to go back into the game so he could be Bravestone again, but it was messed up. So we find out that Spencer is actually Aquafina's avatar. Ming Flatfoot, I think. Yeah, Ming Flatfoot. That's actually a funny name. And her strengths, she's a cat burglar, and her weakness is pollen. So that's interesting. Then we see Martha. We see Fridge. We see Bethany. Like how they've all kind of changed ever since they got out of the game. So when they find out that Spencer went back in, they're on a mission to go get him, but since the game's busted, only Fridge and Martha are sent to the game. But also, Danny DeVito's character Eddie, and Grandpa Eddie, and what's the other one's name? Danny Glover's character Milo Walker the four of them are sent to the game, leaving Bethany behind in the real world. So Martha, she's back in her Ruby Roundhouse. Karen Gillan role. Fridge, instead of going into Franklin Mouse Finbar, Kevin Hart, he goes into Shelley Oberon, Jack Black, and I love how Jack Black, he's like playing, I love how Jack Black kind of sounds like a black guy, because like he's playing Fridge, so I honestly score for Jack Black. So then Eddie, Grandpa Eddie, he goes into Smolder Bravestone's body, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's body, and then Milo, he goes into Franklin Mouse Finbar, Kevin Hart's character's body. So this version of Smolder Bravestone, he's kind of like a dickhead. Oh, excuse my language, but he's kind of a dickhead, but like he feels like he can do anything. And Milo, he's just like a very slow talker. But along with like the upgrades to like the characters, they also have upgrades to like their like weaknesses and strengths, all that stuff. So for Martha, her new strength is nunchucks, and we see at the end of the film, like, she's very good with nunchucks, her character avatar. We see that Eddie has no new strengths, but he has a weakness, Switchblade, which we found out is like Dr. Bravestone's ex-girlfriend's husband. So yeah. Milo's weaknesses, Milo's weaknesses are the same: cake, speed, and strength. And his new strength is linguistics, which is the study of language, which allows him to speak to animals, basically. And then with Fridge, it's honestly the funny. Fridge always gets the bad stuff. He's always getting the bad stuff, because in the first film his weakness was cake, and in this film his weakness was heat, sand, and sun in the desert. And endurance was was the same, and he also had strength of geometry, which is like math and stuff. So that's honestly good. And then Bethany, with the help of Alex, he and Bethany, they get back into the game. They do find a way to get back, but Bethany turns into a horse called Cyclops, I think, who is actually a Pegasus. Pegasus is basically a flying horse. And then Alex is still the same character, Jefferson C. playing McDonough. The villain in this film, I forgot his name. It's like a barbarian. And apparently in the game, he was responsible for Gravestone's like parents' death. So like that was kind of like, that was iffy. But 50-50, like kind of good and kind of bad. But that was honestly. The villain was honestly terrifying, but I honestly like Van Pelt more than that villain. So, let me see, what else happens? Also, in the game, like, with the game all messed up, they also find, like, this, like, ocean, like, all the water in, like, the game, it's, like, greeny, like, it's, like, greeny with green energy, and if the avatars step in it, they can actually switch bodies. When Eddie, Milo, Martha, and Fridge, when they go into the Oasis, which is like a desert town, Martha and Fridge, they actually switch bodies for a couple minutes. So Fridge is in Ruby Roundhouse, and Martha is in Sheldon Oberon. So that's honestly a funny thing. And when we find out that Fridge says that Eddie is a terrible Gravestone, and Milo is a terrible thingamabob, Franklin Mouse Finbar, they find out that the water's there, and they decide to like all go back to their normal body. So Spencer's back in Bravestone, Fridge is back in Mouse, Bethany is back in Sheldon Oberon's body, and Eddie, he goes into Ming Flattop's body, and Milo, he goes into the Pegasus's body. So altogether, they work together to get the Sun Jewel back, and Milo, he actually stays behind. He decides that it's better for him to stay and protect the jewel, otherwise than going back to the real world. So that was a good like story-wise thing, and one of the coolest things that is actually teased for maybe a third film is that the Jumanji video game is pouring out into the real world. So maybe we might see like the avatars interact with the real characters. So maybe we'll see that happen. Maybe not. So now story-wise, the first Welcome to the Jungle wins 100%. Laughter-wise, like comedy-wise, this movie wins because of. So basically, all the characters, they have 3 lives, and they all lose their lives so quickly. Because in this film, Fridge dies to a snake. Eddie dies to an ostrich. Fridge, Martha, Eddie, Milo, and Spencer, they all die to a fireball that Eddie had actually accidentally made an enemy of his, Switchblade, launch at them. Martha falls down when they're trying to fight like the, I forgot what they were called, like, remember Rafiki from The Lion King? Like, those monkey types? And then, Alex, he loses both of his lives. He loses 2 lives to, like, Venom, I guess. Because we don't see, like, what changed from him, like, what's his new weaknesses and strengths. But, yeah, that happened there. Am I forgetting anything else? No, I think that's all. And I especially love how, like, when they get back to their regular bodies, like, Fridge, when he sees, like, the cake, he's like, no cake! Because in the first film, it made him explode. And even in the real world, like, he's just terrified of cake now. Because he's scared that he'll actually blow up. Because he cannot forget what happened to him when when they first went into the game. But honestly, I honestly like this movie. Honestly, I would say I would give it an 8. So yeah, that's basically the review and recap for Jumanji: The Next Level. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My favorite character was gotta be Fridge when he was in Sheldon Oberon's body. or Jack Black's body, whatever. But honestly, that was my favorite scene. Like all that scene was so good. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. The lighting just went okay. The lighting's back. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Hero J. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.